oversee the HFSS, which is the Homeless Family Solution System, under the whole child. So we're the coordinated entry system for homeless families. In 2013, we were awarded to be the lead agency to service homeless families for Service Planning Area 7. So 211 or any other agency or service provider always refers families that are living within SPA 7 to our agency. The whole child was established as a mental health agency, but in 2011 they realized there was a lot of families coming in for mental health services that were homeless. So unfortunately, I don't know if any of you remember Rio Honda Temporary Home closed down, and Shirley Dimas Panado thought, if this resource leaves our community, there's not going to be any shelters available for homeless families. So we acquired the Rio Honda Temporary Home. But we decided to do a different type of model. We decided to do a scattered site model. So what that is we place families in their units, in apartments. We have been aggressively seeking resources out in the community. And I'm excited to say that we've housed over 150 families in the last year. That is exciting to me. Yes. And when you place a family in their home, it's such a different dynamic compared to when you have families in shelters. Because when you open the door and you say, this is your place, they've never had a place before, maybe they've never held a lease before, and their kids are saying, wow, we have a place to live. So they work even harder to keep this home. Compare us to, I know sometimes crisis housing is needed, transitional living is needed, but when you place somebody in a transitional living or crisis housing, sometimes it's just like, we call it the Band-Aid effect. Okay, we're gonna be here for 3 months and now what? But unfortunately, we were really lucky to get some rapid rehousing dollars to Service Planning Area 7, where we can provide deposit, where we can provide rental assistance, where we can provide mental health services. So all these services are incorporated within the HFSS, which it works. Families don't just, when you look at somebody and you say, here's some money for rent, well, sometimes families just don't need that. They need all the support and services, maybe mental health, maybe legal issues, whatever issues they need to address. When you encompass all that and package it together, you create success. We were also able to leverage vouchers. So we have been able to bring Shelter Plus Care vouchers. So we have 160 vouchers to service homeless families with disabilities. That's great. That's fantastic. We were also able to obtain a grant from First 5 LA to service families with children 0 to 5. The grant is coming to an end, but with that grant, we were able to service, 110 families. And out of those 110 families, 90% retention. All those families continue to remain housed, which is fantastic. So if you encounter a homeless family that is in need and needs assistance, please refer them to the whole child. They can be referred over to 211. We are now located in the city of Santa Fe Springs and also located in the city of Whittier. Families can see us at both sites. If you have any questions, come see me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. If you do encounter a family that needs assistance, we are here to help. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd next like to ask Dottie to speak, Dottie Anderson from St. Matthias. I've actually been on the phone with Dottie, and there was a family that had fallen through the cracks, and so it was a man with 3 young children, a 10-month-old, 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and they were in the process to go into the whole child, but there's paperwork and things like that. But what do we do now? And we're trying to find out where the gaps are in this process. And so Dottie put them up in a motel and just on her own. And so there's some gaps that are out there that we need to identify. And so I thank Dottie for that. She has a little heart. She does the soup kitchen over at St. Matthias, and she runs the cold weather shelter. So Dottie, the mic's yours.
Thank you. I have notes, so I'll only talk according to my time, okay? The St. Matthias Soup Hour started back in the 80s as a response to seeing someone foraging for garbage, through the garbage, for something to eat. Each weekday at 3, we have a hot meal, a complete meal, for anybody that walks through the door. Whether they're homeless, whether they're living somewhere, whether they're the mayor of the city, we don't ask questions, we give them something to eat. Some of them are homeless, quite a few. Some of them are definitely have some mental problems. It doesn't matter, we'll feed them anyway. Some of them are elderly and some of them are babies in strollers. Last year we served 19,533 meals. We are able to do that because we have an incredible core of volunteers from all over the community. And they come, and some come every Tuesday, and they've done it for 20 years. There they are every Tuesday cooking. All of the people who eat there are very glad I'm not the cook. I wouldn't know how to fix a meal for 100, or we have anywhere from 70 to 150 people, and we never know what it's going to be. We also have, I should say the donations come from people in the community. Say, we have this lasagna we didn't use from Costco, can you use it? Yes, whatever it might be. And we get grants, and St. Matthias puts up a lot of the money, of course, as well. Right now I have 276 people who get mail in my office. Our poor postal person comes with a big box lots of times. And a lot of the people have our address on their IDs, on their driver's licenses, on their pink slips, whatever. This is their real home. I get calls all the time. And sometimes social workers come in and say, they're like this going, does so-and-so live here? Well, no, but that's their address. We try to have bus fare available and money for IDs, for gas, to get them where they need to go, to get a new tire for their bike or a new chain or something for their car, for prescriptions, whatever it might be. Last year, I gave away over $11,000, and most of that money came out of the pockets of friends of mine. So, and I don't have rich friends, they're just caring friends. We also have a medical component in our nurse practitioner, Judy Stockman, right there, and TK and another nurse come every Tuesday to try to give some basic care, to do referrals, things like that. Sometimes it seems to us that we may be the only people in a person's day that's glad to see them. Because lots of times, people aren't glad to see the homeless people or anybody that's looking for some help. I had a guy come one day whom I knew, and I said, Henry, what can I do for you today? And he said, you've already done it. I said, what do you mean? You just got here. He said, you've already helped me because you acknowledged my existence. So he didn't feel like a statistic or somebody who is just to be avoided. He felt like he was cared about and loved, and he is. The other agency I get to speak of very quickly is the Cold Weather Shelter, which is under the sponsorship of the Whittier Area Interfaith Council. Members of several different kinds of faith communities have staffed that shelter for about 25 years. We give supper, breakfast, overnight lodging being a mat on the floor. In fact, this room is one of the rooms we stay at. We house about 40 or so persons a night, mostly men, but the number of women has doubled in the last few years, which is very disturbing. So it's a totally successful program, warm, dry, fed. It's also a total failure because it's only for a few months. And people need to be warm or maybe cool, dry, fed all year round. Last winter, I was called several times by a local agency that serves homeless families. Will you take this man and his child tonight? Will you take this family? Will you take this woman and their 5 kids? Will you take this family for the weekend because the motel we were put in couldn't keep on the weekend? And we always said, yes, yes, yes. And we just moved over. I'm concerned, very concerned about the homeless families. I'm thrilled what you're doing. and more of that needs to be done. And I want to thank the community for both of the things I'm involved with. It's the community of Whittier that makes it happen. Thank you.